it's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior Live. I'll be your host today. Please put in the chat where you're from and who you are. When we start reviewing the news articles, if you want to look at our Facebook page, just click here and you can follow the articles along as we go. See you in a moment. And this is Tech for Senior Live. It is July the 6th, a very hot July the 6th. I'm Ron Brown. I'll be your host today for the next hour. We're going to talk about tech news of the week. We're going to talk about Amazon Prime. I hope you're getting your money all stored away and ready for the big purchase because Amazon Prime is coming up next week. We'll give you some tips today. We've also assembled an international cast to help you with all these tech news of the week. I'm sure you'll be excited when I tell you who's coming today. I'll introduce them in just a minute, but you're probably wondering who we are. Well, we're a bunch of seniors that like to get together and talk about the tech news. But we also have a show on Monday called Tech for Senior. And we're in our 4th season and just, I'm not going to say taped because Huey always gives me a hard time when I say that. We actually recorded our 170th show last week. And so that's pretty exciting. We're in our 4th season. So if you want to come along and have a look at our Monday show, where you're most welcome to do so. It's a Zoom meeting and you can certainly come to our Zoom meeting. I see as I look over on our on my other computer here that we have some people logged into the Zoom meeting expecting to find this show. Well, this is not a Zoom meeting. This of course is broadcast through StreamYard out to Facebook and YouTube. So if you want to come to the Monday show, I'll give you the link here. Let me bring this up. This is here we go. This is www.techforsenior.com, has all the information there, and you can come and help participate in our Monday show. I invite you. It's a lot of fun, and we have some great features for you. It's also taped, and we have all our not taped. It's also recorded, and it's on. I'm learning. I might be old, but I'm learning, right? It's recorded. It's recorded onto our YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about, of course, what's happening next week is Amazon Prime. That's one of the news stories. But let me introduce, before I introduce everybody, let's just remember, we don't know who you are out there. So if you want to put your name in the chat, maybe where you're from. It's hot out there today. Let us know what the temperature is in your area. I know that Ray's gonna, I guess Ray's not from Phoenix, so he doesn't get to say 117, but I wonder who's going to be the hottest today. Let us know. Hopefully you all have air conditioning. You're going to keep cool. And so put your name in there, and we'll go over some of those. We're looking for new people that have just started listening. It's great. I'll give you the big applause if you're new. We really appreciate you coming and listening to us. So let me introduce our group today from a very hot place in the world. Sort of a hot guy too is Huey Popluck from Bradenton, Florida. Huey, how hot is it in Bradenton?
Just 92, and that's all it's going to get to today. Typical July summer, except we're not getting the rain in the afternoons, which we should be this time of year. And that's only because I'm on the coast. But if you're in towards center state, they're getting the rains in the afternoons.
Right. Now you have WinSig coming up, CFC WinSig
This Sunday. Yep.
And I'll put the information on there.
You do have to be registered. And if you're not registered, you can go to huey.net and there'll be a link there that'll take you to the registration page, register, and then you'll get a reminder probably Saturday with the link again for the meeting.
And you cover all sort of the new features, news articles about Windows specifically, right?
Yeah, we go over mostly Windows, but some general computer stuff as well.
I would highly recommend it. It's very popular. You've been doing very well with that.
I've been doing it about 20 years, not on Zoom, but been doing it for the Central Florida Computer Society forever, it seems like, but I know it's well over 20 years.
20 years,
but,
yeah.
We added the Sarasota Technology User Group, which I'm on the board and I'm a member of. We've added them as it's a WinSig for both groups. And so, but we open it to everybody. So you're welcome to join us.
And also, Huey and I do Learning Chromebooks once a month, and that will be again the end of July, right?
Yep, fourth Thursday of the month.
Fourth Thursday of the month, and again we have links on our webpage. And this is our Facebook link. Now, from our security expert that's been with us since day one. He not only is he a security expert, but he's an expert in a lot of things. Really smart guy, puts out lots of videos, and is a great friend of ours, Bob Gustisha from Meadow Lake, New Mexico.
Good morning. And we expect to go to 101 today. We hit 100 yesterday, and they want to break that. So today the forecast says 101. I don't know how you tell the difference between 100 and 101. It's hot either way.
It's hot. Very good. Are you getting all geared up for Prime? Are you going to buy something on Prime?
No, I have nothing left to buy.
You have it all.
Not that I have it all, but after you have, umpteen devices in each room, how do you add more?
Oh, I was going to tell you.
They're all still working fine, so I'm reluctant to say, okay, you work fine, but you're going to go in the garbage. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I got to tell you that Costco just brought in a new, they had the Roomba vacuums for a long time, and then they took them out. At least our store here took them all out. They didn't have anything for a while. They brought a brand new series in. They brought the D-Bot Ecovacs in, and so for a new series. And oh man, I'm tempted. My wife says you are getting a divorce if you buy one more robotic vacuum. So anyway, I'm on notice, but it looks cool.
Ron, add a room to your house. It'll be an excuse to buy another vacuum.
Exactly. And of course, a man who needs no introduction. He's our music director for our Monday show, probably the most popular person on the show. He not only is a avid music fan, but he also is a techie guy. He's also president of APCUG, and also he holds all the money. So he's not only is a nice guy, he's an honest guy and a popular guy. So we are so honored to have Ray Baxter from Pine, Arizona, with us today.
Thank you so much, Ron. You're talking about all the devices you have. I'd like to be put on your mailing list when you have a garage sale.
Yeah.
It would be worth my time and money to fly up to Canada just to purchase your used items.
Bob's so lucky. He's got his family that lives close to him, and he gives all his vacuums to his kids, right? Yeah. One of mine some of them live in China, and then the other in Australia. So it just doesn't work. It doesn't work for me. So I don't. You're right. If you come up, I'll give you a bunch. You can take them home.
I have a stepdaughter who's a true millennial and does everything on her phone and does not have a computer. So I gave her one of my old Windows 10 computers, and she thinks it's great. Now she's looking at a large screen and all that good stuff that we're used to. So you got to sometimes bring that younger generation along.
You do. Huey, has we got anybody listening to us today?
Yeah, actually, even watching.
Oh, really? Wow. Oh, hi, Jolin's here. Hi, Jolin.
First one in.
From Low Country of South Carolina. I have my coffee and a late breakfast. Jolin, of course, is the techie of all tech. She has a big computer club. She works tirelessly 8 hours a day, every single day, working there doing volunteer work. She helps us with our Learning Chromebook show. And we are so happy you're listening, Jolin. Hope you stay cool. Bernard, Sterling Heights Computer Club in Detroit, Michigan. Jolin says a hot 82. Yeah, you're on the water. You're right on the water. So you're probably never going to get 82 at Hilton Head Island Computer Club, right?
82 doesn't sound all that hot.
It doesn't. It doesn't. Ed says 89 degrees in central New Jersey. Liz is Ohio 85 and mostly cloudy. Bob Baxter 69 degrees. Oh, and heading for 87. Yeah, it's going to get hot today. Yeah, 87. That's unusual for Washington. Jim says 91 degrees heat advisory in Venice, Florida. I thought 91 degrees is sort of an average temperature for you guys down there.
Yeah, but it's still a heat advisory. No, it's we've got the heat advisory for this county as well. Venice is part of Sarasota County.
Yep.
Right. And Laura
Versace, I think it is.
Versace. Laura's been here before, right?
I don't know. I don't recognize the name, but
Yeah,
Laura,
name to me.
Laura, are you new? If let's give her a big round of applause anyway. Maybe she is new. If you've been here before, we apologize profusely not remembering your name, but I just don't remember it. So if you are new, welcome.
which is in
Tell us how
Southern
you found out
California.
about
California, 70 degrees. Very good. All right. So today, before we get to the news articles, I wanted just to remind you guys of the big event that's coming up. And I wanted to talk a little bit today about how to find the best Prime Day deals. Now, we'll talk a little bit later whether you should be buying them or not, but maybe how to find them. But I thought it was interesting when you look back. Of course, everyone understands that Prime Day is next July 11th and 12th, next Tuesday and Wednesday. But Prime Day actually was introduced in 2015 as a celebration of Amazon's 20th anniversary. Originally lasting just 24 hours, it quickly expanded to 48 hours. The event was designed to reward Amazon Prime members with exclusive access to jaw-dropping discounts across a wide range of products. Now, that, of course, is expanded to 2 days now. It's a 48 hours. It also expanded in different countries. It used to be just the United States, but expanded, and we got Prime Day in Canada. Now, the interesting thing in Canada was it often wasn't the same day as Prime Day in the United States, which adds a lot of confusion. But over the last few years, it matches. So there is now Prime Day in Canada, and their Prime Day sale, and today they're both the same. So it's sort of interesting. Now, the benefits of it. So what they're really making this is to participate in Prime Day, one must be an Amazon Prime member. Membership offers multiple perks, which of course we know, although you might want to look at that, because I had no idea when I was looking at researching this, was all the benefits that are there. A lot of them I don't use. So you might want to have a look. If you do have a Prime membership, you might want to look at the benefits, also the benefits that you can share with other family members. Now, Prime Day isn't just for Amazon anymore. The other thing that you need to know is, just in case Amazon hasn't discounted a particular product you've been looking for, you might want to check out what deals are being offered by other retailers. You can rest assured that plenty of other outlets will be competing for your attention around July 11th. And you might want to look at Best Buy, Walmart, and Target. All have price matching policies that might be able to catch those on Amazon Prime. So you don't even have to be a Prime member. You can get these deals on other stores, right? You guys, do you guys all shop? Are you Prime member?
I am Prime for a number of reasons. One of the biggest is the Prime Video, because I stream.
Right.
They've got a lot of good movies. They have a lot of good shows on their on Amazon Prime.
Right. Right. Absolutely. Bob, are you Prime member?
I'm Prime till the end of this term. I've already signed up for Walmart. And I
cool.
am
Yeah.
probably going to be swapping over to Walmart. I've been using Walmart. I found better prices on Walmart than I find on Prime. Delivery's the same.
Right. Good. Okay.
And quite often my wife goes shopping, and instead of having it delivered here, she just picks it up when she's doing her shopping. So
Right. Now the other thing that's interesting about Prime is you don't have to purchase it on a yearly subscription basis. So if you just want to purchase, you can buy it by the month. So if you just want to buy it for July and just do the shopping for Prime Day, it'll only cost you what, 12, 14, I don't know what it is per month, but $12 or $14, and that's it. And you get all for the whole month of July, you'll get Prime, and that's it. You can buy it by the month. Then if you just wanted to do Prime shopping on in November for Black Friday or Prime Day or whatever, you can just turn it on and off quite easily.
But with price matching now, I just go and look and see what the deals are.
Yeah.
And then I go to Walmart and say, hey, match it if it isn't already matched.
Right. Ray, wait, are you a Prime member?
Oh yeah, a long time. I don't know about one of the first, but certainly early on. In fact, I still have the Amazon for the Echo devices or the Miss A devices. I have the Amazon Tap, which is
really? Oh, I remember that.
I use all the time because it's portable. So I'm not plugged into a wall that I have to be close to it. I can take it outside anywhere within Wi-Fi distance and listen to music or news. So I love that device, and I'm sorry they stopped making it years ago.
Yep, that's for sure. Let's see. Did we do this? Right. And then now the time-sensitive nature of Prime Days adds an element of excitement and urgency to the shopping experience. Lightning deals, limited time offers create a sense of FOMO, fear of missing out. Encouraging shoppers to make quick decisions. While this can be thrilling, it's crucial to weigh the pros and cons of each purchase carefully to avoid impulse buying. Now, I'm going to put my hand up. I'm the worst at this.
Oh, we don't do any impulse buying, do we?
I am terrible.
None of us do.
One click and it's delivered in 24 hours. It's so hard, you guys. It's addictive, right? I tell you, I'm addicted to this. It is so difficult.
The advice is never go shopping without a shopping list. The advice also is never go and buy just for the sake of buying.
Oh, the other problem I have is when I get a gift card or a refund and the money is just sitting there yelling out to me, spend me.
But the thing with Amazon Prime, if you're interested in a tablet, Amazon has a pretty good tablet for about $150. Well, during Prime, it's 50% off. It's $75. And, $75 for a tablet's a nice price. Right. I bought one a couple of years ago just because of the price. And now I'm starting to use it. And I didn't for a couple of years. And it works great.
Right. Now, the interesting thing I would tell everyone about Amazon, and the reason Amazon is so successful is which Walmart does not do, nor does Best Buy do, is that Amazon collects data on you as you go through life each week online. It collects data, and it knows what you want, and it presents that to you when you log into your Amazon account. It knows, it presents to you in devices that you might be interested in, which doesn't happen with Walmart, and it doesn't happen for sure with Best Buy. And that's the secret sauce of Amazon. They know. I always joke, I say I go to bed at night and I dream, right? And the next morning I wake up, it's there. They got it, right?
You know what the big problem with that is, Ron? You day one, you go for a search, you type in what you're looking for, you see it. Okay, good, and then you buy it. But for the next 3 weeks, they're still showing you that item, and there's
That's
no way
right.
to turn that off that I'm aware of.
No, no, it's so anyway, that's part of the secret sauce. Let's see what else here. Now, despite the allure, it's essential to approach Prime Day with a critical eye. Some deals may not be as enticing as they initially appear. Retailers may inflate original prices to make discounts seem more substantial, creating a false sense of value. It's crucial to conduct price comparison and read customer reviews to ensure a genuine bargain.
Great deal. A great thing to do is if you really have something you want to buy, just do a search for it in Google search and then press the button that says shopping. And then it comes up with that article and all the different places where you can buy it, new, used, reconditioned, whatever. And then you can make up your mind. Where do I go? Where do I shop? And what's the final price? Where do I get the best price?
So I always compare Walmart and Best Buy. I have those open as well, and I always run a comparison. But we've talked about this before, but I wanted to show you. Now this is an extension, a Chrome extension. It's also, you can just use the website. It's called Camel. Now, Camel has been around for, I used it 20 years ago. It's been around for a very long time, and it tracks all the data on that item going back to when it was initially listed on Amazon, and it will tell you what the pricing is. And people don't often understand that pricing on different devices changes per day, per week. It goes up and down all the time. And so so Camel is absolutely so important. Here you'll see this particular, I don't even know what this particular item was because it's pretty small to read, but you'll see that on the graph, initially it was very low, then it became more popular, and it's the swings as it goes up. And it tracks all this for you. And this is called Camel. Now, I don't use this anymore. I used it for about 10 or 12 years, and I'll tell you the one I use now. But this is great, and you can even on Camel say you want to buy this whatever, and then you can put it in and say, and it will tell you when it reaches that amount, and it'll send you an email and say, hey, the price is now reduced and it's at this, and then you can buy it, right? So it tracks things for you. So it's an absolute invaluable tool, and I think it's great. But the one that I like even better is called Keepa, and I don't know if you've heard of Keepa, but Keepa. Now, what I want you to look at here, this is obviously an Amazon page, and you'll see this device here, and then you'll see the Keepa graph down below here. The thing that Keepa does that I like that's better than Camel is every time you look at an item when you look at an item on Amazon, Keepa automatically loads below the price. So all you have to do is look below, and all the historical pricing is there, right? You can see if it's cheaper today on Prime than it is than before. So it's got all that information, and it loads on each device. With Camel, you have to click the button at the top on the extension, and then it loads all the stuff for you. So it's just one step more. Otherwise, the two extensions are exactly the same, right? They're exactly the same. But that's why I like Keepa better than Keepa. Again, it's an extension. I like it better because it's just always there. Okay. Now, do you use Camel? Do you use Keepa? Do you use
No, I've never heard of either of them. Thank you.
Really? You're kidding. They've been around for a very long time.
Yeah.
Bob, you've heard of both?
I haven't.
Have you heard of both of them?
Bob is frozen.
Bob's frozen. Ray,
Yep.
Have you heard of them?
I've not heard of them at all. No. So
Okay.
it's new to me. I have my own opinion about the time it takes to use these price trackers.
Yeah, but the Keepa loads automatic. So every time you look at a device on Amazon, it's there. right? It's loads. It just automatically loads for you, so it's super easy to use. Okay, now
one of the advice that I heard on one of the programs that I was listening to said what you should do for Prime Day is to go ahead and pre-price everything, because they're marking down what the prices are going to be, and put them in your shopping cart.
right.
And so on Prime Day, double check, make sure there's nothing else that you want to get, and just tell it, okay, purchase, and it'll all
Right.
be done for you. So you don't have to be scrambling and making a list and forgetting what you wanted to buy.
Right. Now the third one, which is very popular here, Bob's back. You're back, Bob.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. You froze.
You froze.
You just froze.
Oh, all of you guys disappeared.
I know, but we're actually here. All right.
Okay.
The last one I want to tell you is called Honey, Honey, and Honey is interesting. Now, the problem with Honey is it's an extension as well, and it does all the things that the others two does, although it tracks and will keep all your coupons. It goes through your email. It looks at all your purchases. It assembles all the data, and at the end of the month gives you money back through. It keeps track of all your items, and if there's a price drop, they'll get the money for you. And it goes on and on and on. And at the end of the day, you make money each month using Honey. Right now, Leo Laporte. I listen to Leo Laporte all the time on his radio show. His wife uses this and he hates it. and the reason that they hate it is you're giving up a lot of your personal data. It's looking at your email, it's looking at all your stuff. You got to implement trust, absolute trust in this. And Leo said, no way, this is crazy. But his wife likes it. So anyway, I don't know.
Honey is owned by PayPal. If you use PayPal, they already have that information. Okay.
Right. So anyway, I don't use Honey. I wouldn't use Honey. I don't want to. I'm not interested.
You don't use PayPal either.
I do. I use PayPal all the time.
They already have your information.
They do, I suppose.
How about reading the emails? I don't think they have that.
No.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm not keen on Honey, but it is there. It's very popular. Lots of people use it. So those are the three. My advice is to choose either Camel, but I like Keepa better than Camel. All right, let's
now before you go on, just one quick thing on the history. If you remember when Amazon started, it was a book. It was a book website.
Yeah, it was.
You only bought books from them, and the place to go for tech in those days was buy.com. And that's where I bought almost everything. Then buy.com got purchased by Rakuten. And changed their name. And to me, that was their downfall. Buy.com was a great name, great website name. And I stopped using them and started using Amazon all the time. And prior to that, when I was out in the working world and buying tech for the business that we did, everything was purchased from buy.com.
Huey, is there anybody else? Any comments before we move on?
Oh, there's a whole bunch here. Let's
really
take a look.
Okay.
Yeah, let me go back to where we left off.
Edie, Prescott, Arizona in the 80s, but headed for high 90s, not quite in the hundreds. Irving, hello from Ottawa, 85 degrees and going higher, and probably humid too. Jolin, agreed. Prime offers lots of perks. Yeah, and Jolin, a lot of people don't know of all the perks. In fact, I could probably do a whole show on just all the perks on Amazon. That may be something we should do in the future, but it's crazy. It's a lot of stuff there that people don't use. Sally, hot and smoky, Kirkland, Washington. I'm sorry for sending all that smoke down there. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Steve says Kirkland, Washington, 70 degrees, sunny. Jolin says, I often go to Best Buy or Staples without my wallet. These credit cards, I leave it locked in my trunk. That way I can shop to my heart's content and have the time to go home and think about it. Exactly.
Yeah, and I always advise people to do that, but take their phone with them and take pictures especially like if you're buying a
Right.
computer and you're looking at a computer, you're going to get really confused into which model has what
Yep.
item that you want, and you may buy one. If you just buy it that day, you may buy one you thought that it had a camera in it. When you get home, oh, it was the other model, and this one didn't have it, and so on. So I like to do that and then go home and do my research, look
Right.
at the pictures. I take pictures of the barcodes as well as information, and then do my research, and then go back and buy what I want to buy.
I do that all the time.
As long as you only take pictures and not swipe with your phone, you're okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Whoops.
right.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Or tap.
Clark, I have an Echo Dot. It's the size of a softball, has a small video screen, and I discovered when I called a friend, it has a camera.
I
hope it was
remember one of
stress
those. Yeah.
Clark says, I use Honey. Yeah, I know it's popular. It's popular. Steve says, I use Keepa and Honey. Both work great together. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know, but Keepa is certainly my favorite. The one. Linda, 92 degrees in Florida.
Fort Myers. Yep.
And photos do help a lot with pre-shopping. Exactly.
Okay.
All right, let's get on with looking at the news article. Oh, if you want to, let's come over here. If you want to watch the our Facebook page, you can. That is our page. Let's go to over here to share screen. We'll do Facebook, and we'll share that. Let's see if I can get this a little bit bigger. Yeah, we do. And I will refresh this just so that Ray's pictures or Ray's articles get in first. Let's see, did he do it? He did.
Not my fault.
You did do it again, Ray. You are.
You know what? I've gotten smart now. When I make these as a posting in a certain order, so I have them a minute apart, so they're in the order that I want them to show up on the screen.
There you go. I told you, you're a smart guy. All right, let's get on. What's this all about?
This article is an interview with Ford's new chief technology officer. His name is Doug Field, and he used to head the Apple Car project. Remember Apple Car? I don't know what's ever happened. It's kind of been quiet lately. So he makes the point that today every car has dozens of different kinds of cameras and other software written for different devices in the car. And what they're doing at Ford is they're going to instead have in the car one CPU, one central processing unit that will run all the car's options and all the different devices that it needs, rather than having separate software, one CPU, one computer. But more interestingly, every car will come equipped with every option available. And then
Yes.
based on this computer, you as a purchaser can subscribe to those services.
Right.
If you want, and you'll get a free trial. So you might try them for 2 weeks to see if you really will like it, if you use it, if it's worth it. If so, then they'll turn it on and you'll be able to use that as a subscriber. And the first thought that came to my mind is, can you see all the hackers lining up now?
Bob, we'll have to expand your session on our show. I think Bob will have a my car got hacked session, right?
A long time ago, when we first started with all of these smart devices, I had mentioned to Avast, it's time to start looking at cars and see what you can do to come up with something to protect your car. I'm still waiting.
This looks interesting. What's this, Ray?
All right. Long before eBay and Discogs, there was a time in my life where I used to buy used 45 RPM records. People don't realize it, but depending on the genre, they can be like stamps and coins. It's all based on rarity. The rare records are the ones that are worth something, not the most popular ones. And one time I had a friend he accompanied me, and he brought with him, and I had never seen it before, a portable phonograph that worked on a battery. And we're in the store, and he sees a record he wants. He takes it out of the sleeve and he plays it. to make sure it plays properly, and he knew what it sounded like. So this is back in the 1980s. Audio Technica was the name of the manufacturer. Well, now that vinyl has come back, they've resurrected, and they call it the Sound Burger. And that's a picture of the Sound Burger. You can see how unique it is. And today it's come back, but it has modern technology. It includes Bluetooth, a 12-hour battery life, and is even using USB-C charging. So the limited initial edition sold out really right away, but they promised that more units are on the way.
Ray, what kind of pricing is on something like that?
The article did not say, but it's probably in the $100 range, maybe a little less.
Can you imagine going to a party with that? You'd be the life of the party. Wouldn't that be crazy? That is so cool.
Yeah.
We'll have to get Bill James to do that as one of his gadgets on Tuesday.
Yeah, let's make him buy it.
Send him the link. He can do that as a gadget. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. And they're in production, eh? You can actually buy these.
Yes, yeah, you can buy. Yeah, the initial one got sold out immediately. So Audio Technica has said they're assembling them, and they will be available again very shortly.
Pretty cool.
All right, so this is China's annual, I didn't even know this existed, but we have a World Artificial Intelligence Conference. I believe it started back in about 2019, and it's held now every year in Shanghai, and this year started on July 4th. But what makes this year so different from the past conferences, no U.S. company has signed up for sponsorship, and no American tech expert or industry figure plans to do any speaking at the conference. Some of them are just attending. So, the article points out U.S. firms are concerned, and the article says, quote, about the appearance of sponsoring a Chinese conference while the U.S. and China fight for control of a vital and emerging technology, unquote.
In the meanwhile, every one of their employees is using TikTok.
Yeah.
Good point.
Bob, how to 10 best cleaning products. So
it's a video. Find out how to make your life easier and still keep your house nice and clean.
This if you want to watch the video, Bob's got the link here. You can click that, or you can watch our Monday show, Tech for Senior, right? So we'll certainly I think we're going to play that this coming
or you can do both.
Then Ray, this is yours.
Yes, well, 10 million users have signed up in 7 hours for the newly launched Twitter rival called Threads.
Oh, really?
And this is Meta. Facebook is an Instagram parent. Meta has started, as he likes to say, Zuckerberg, a friendly rival to Twitter. And as I said, it's attracted 10 million users in its first 7 hours. Zuckerberg's goal is to reach 1 billion users, a number that he quickly points out has not been reached by Twitter. And all the while, he and Musk continue to exchange challenging remarks about a potential cage fight between the two billionaires. Stay tuned.
I already have my video up challenging the two of them.
Yeah.
But it's kind of ironic that they want to take away from Twitter because they think that Twitter is taking too much information. In the meanwhile, Meta is the biggest abuser of privacy in the entire internet.
Right.
Yeah, and Musk is getting a really bad rap, and it turns out that what he's trying to do is get rid of all the junk and the issues. Some people are sending hundreds, if not thousands, of messages on a particular subject, and that was always one of the things that I hated about Twitter is I'd see the same message 15, 20 times. And so he's trying to stop the bots from posting on Twitter. And so some people are being inconvenienced a little bit. And so they're complaining, or at least the writers are, and making it sound like he's a bad guy. But he's really cleaned it up a lot.
How many of the 10 million that have signed up on the rival are bots?
Yep. Yeah, we don't know.
But we stepped over the bounds when he got rid of those 30 espresso coffee machines at headquarters, at Twitter headquarters, that the average price was $5,000 per each machine. And he got rid of all of those 30 coffee machines. I thought, that's stepping the line. Come on, I'm a coffee drinker. That was sort of cool. I'm not going to go into this article because this changes all the time. It's a reference article. This was the best Amazon Prime deals for cord cutters you can get right now. What people don't understand, we should just remind them that the Prime Day is next Tuesday and Wednesday, but the deals start like this week. And so you'll see pre-Prime Day sales that are good deals, and you won't find them even on Prime Days. So if you are a Prime member, you should be watching now and looking for all these deals, because they're on there now, and they're and so it's not just
Look at the comment from Richard Clarkson.
We'll get to the comment in a minute.
No, put a comment on the post itself, your post.
I see. Okay. Amazon raised the prices of the S23 and Ultra. The 23 was $8.99, now costs $9.99. The Ultra was $9.99, now it's low. They say it's a sale. Give me a little break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got to be careful. You got to be careful on that.
Just because it says sale, that doesn't necessarily mean.
Yeah, that's why the price history Ron mentioned before can be really useful.
And that's Keepa would identify that, or Keepa would identify, or Camel. You easily see that right up. It's right there, and you can easily look at that. All right, this was interesting. Norway plug-in sales exceed 90%. So Norway, interesting country. And if you look at in June of this year, about 16,000 passenger cars were registered in Norway. And it says, and it turned out, according to Norway Road, the OFV, the 14,000 new passenger plug-in were registered last month, which is about 90.9% of the total volume. So pretty interesting when you consider that's 90% of the car sales now are not gas hybrids, but plug-in hybrids in a country like Norway. So I thought that was interesting. I didn't see Mike Ungerman watching, but that's an interesting stat.
Also realize how big Norway is.
Yeah.
That makes a difference too.
Dude.
It's easy to sell a plug-in hybrid in a country that doesn't have a whole lot of miles to cover.
That's
then
right.
You just sell it in a country where you got to cover 4,000 miles if you want to do a round trip.
Just to let everybody know, this came out this morning. I don't know, Bob, if you've got yours. I didn't check mine yet, but
mine was updated yesterday.
It was. Okay. So the July update for your Pixel is out. If you do have a Pixel phone, then Android is updated once a month, and the July update is out. This is so cool. This enabling Google Calendar feature, you'll never miss a thing. Now, this is not a new feature. I got so excited about this, and then I remembered I had this enabled and used it all the time. so I thought, what's the big deal here? I've been using it for a while. But what I would encourage you to do, look at the article, and what happens is your calendar, your events on your calendar, you can set it up so that you get those emailed to you either a day or 2 days before the event, and it's emailed. And part of the issue is when I get up in the morning and I sit down, the first thing I do is I look at my email. I don't check my calendar. And so the nice thing about it is it reminds me, if I got a medical appointment or a dental appointment or whatever is there, and it sends me an email, and that's my list of things to do for the day. Really, really a handy feature if you don't use that. And this is an article on how to set it up, which is super easy, right? It's just you gotta do it. So Bob, do you use that feature?
I sure do.
Yeah. And Huey, do you use it?
No. Yeah, I do on one of my accounts, so I get some notices, but not all of them.
Okay. But I don't think, Ray, you don't use Gmail, so it's not.
Well, no, I use Gmail as my main email, but I use
Okay.
Outlook to
Okay.
cover calendar appointments. Monday
Right.
morning is a ritual. I look at it, my calendar. What do I have to do this week?
Right. I could look at mine. It's just I don't often. The first thing I do is look at my Gmail, so it's the big deal. Huey,
Yes.
your article.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the comments from.
Oh, do you want to do? Oh, yeah. Let's do the comments. Let's do the comments. Good idea.
Okay, let's see, where did I leave off here? And the voucher, I think here.
Jolin says, yes, Huey, photos
Yeah.
do help a lot with pre-shot. Yep, for sure.
Okay.
Jolin says, car subscriptions are dubious at times, although my Blue Link has worked well for on my 2019 Hyundai Sonata. Yes. Well, BMW, was it Audi or BMW has been doing this now for a couple of years?
BMW.
BMW, they've been doing that, and they've been doing the subscription feature. And I guess you could make the argument that you might only need air conditioning in July, right? So, you could just subscribe for the month and get air conditioning, and then you don't have to pay for it for the rest of the year. Might be interesting. And particularly if in that subscription is maintenance. Suppose you go and you subscribe to the air conditioning, right? And it doesn't work. So whose problem is that? Does BMW have to fix it? Make sure, because you say I subscribe, it should work, but maybe it doesn't work. So
I think, is it under warranty or not? I don't think that's going to change.
Okay, yes, I read that. Jolin says it looks like 200-ish musicians friend B&H photo and pricier on other sites. Looks like most are out of stock. Wasn't Threads up and running 5 years ago or so? It was closed down. So now Meta is reincarnating an old technology.
I don't know.
I don't recall.
I don't know.
She's correct.
Right. Dorothy says, hi, Dorothy Dorothy's. Why can't anyone get them in BC, Canada? What are we referring to?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, Dorothy. Both everything we've talked about today, Prime Days and all of the some of the items are different between Canada and the United States. So you have to look at that. But Keepa and all the things that we talked about are all available, doesn't matter what site you're on. Annabelle Schuring.
No.
Hi, how do I get on?
You are
on. Hi, Annabelle. Let's give her a big
welcome.
hand.
Yeah.
Welcome. You are on. You are on the show for sure. Dorothy says, plug-in hybrids. Yes. Good question. They are very hard to get. They're hard to get in the United States too. It's really, really hard, but it's particularly, I'm still waiting. I have a gas hybrid Toyota RAV4, and I'm still waiting for the plug-in hybrid. So it's a long wait, but it depends on what Mitsubishi. You should. I know that a friend of mine just bought a Mitsubishi plug-in hybrid in Victoria, so it's right there. So you might want to look at different companies making them. All right, let's get back to our Huey.
Yes, Samsung downgrades update frequency on some Galaxy phones and tablets. One of the numbers that I remember was the A22, not the S22 like I have, but an A22. Instead of every 3 months, it's going to be every 6 months. So some of them they've changed the frequency of the updates on some of their phones and devices.
That's why I like my Pixel.
Yeah.
Bob, robotic vacuum cleaners. Now that's a topic I like to talk about.
Well, I used a new to me AI tool and took the 10 best cleaning products, fed it to that AI tool, and it created 13 little 30-second videos for me. This is one of those 30-second videos, which is just an excerpt of the full video. So if you go to the first video that you saw, the 10 best cleaning products, that's an entire video. This is just an excerpt from one of those, one
And
of the items mentioned in that long video.
Okay.
And this isn't a YouTube that you created. It's
No,
one
no,
that
no,
you
no.
you broke up into parts, though.
I fed it the entire video.
Right.
And it then a couple of minutes later came back and gave me 13 30-second videos. This is one of them, so you can see just how good that AI program is. And if you look at the show notes, you'll have the link to that AI product.
Thank you, Bob. Yes, now this is a interesting product. I'm not going to go into great deal. Amazon new Echo Buds have two key features missing. Now, one of the things about this is these are on sale now for $30, and these are wireless headphones that you can use. Or they call them the Echo Buds, and this is actually a really good deal on coming up for sale on Prime Day.
Yeah, I'm not real keen about anything that goes inside my ear,
right?
And so I use the bone conduction speakers, mostly from Shocks, which used to be called Aftershocks,
right.
And I love them. And you don't have to stick anything in your ear.
Yeah. This is 11 signs you're talking to an AI bot, Huey.
Yeah, it's a good article to read. It talks about different things to look for. One of the first ones that they mention happens to be if you ask it a question, it regurgitates your question in the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you see that, it most likely has been done by a bot.
UK regulator plans Pro. Oh, okay, so this is yours.
Yeah, what $20 billion for Figma? I never heard of Figma, so I started looking it up, and it is some software that I thought was similar to Canva, but it isn't. But it is a design type graphics program, and it looks interesting, but it's not. It's something else that I probably wouldn't use because I have so many other tools. But Figma apparently is a very, very widely used product, and Adobe's trying to buy it for $20 billion. So it must be worth something.
I guess. And someone's getting fined.
Yep. What they're trying to do is clamp down.
You're giving away part of what's in Mondays.
Sorry about
Bob's going to talk about this on Monday, Huey.
You'll have to listen again on Monday.
Yeah. But what they're doing is a lot of companies are putting up fake reviews of their products, and the FTC wants to come down on them.
All right.
They are going to come down on them.
Yes.
And DuckDuckGo browser now available for Windows. What? It was always available, wasn't it?
Not the browser.
The search engine. A browser.
The search engine. Yeah, search engine.
So it's a browser.
And the search engine in their browser is DuckDuckGo, and you can't change it, the default one.
Oh, really?
You can't change it. Yeah. But there's some other things in the browser that's available that you might want to look at it.
All right.
I just haven't installed it to take a look yet.
Now, this was cool. I put this in actually last week and we didn't get it. One of the, this was very interesting. People get tattoos on weird places, right? And people actually have put tattoos on the back of their wrist. I guess maybe they're extending down from the forearm. And the problem is that the sensors on these smartwatches get all confused with tattoos on the skin. So I thought this was interesting, and the Galaxy watches particular have been having a big problem with this. So they're working on improving the software to work through the tattoos. So if you have a smart watch and you have a tattoo under the smartwatch, you may have some problems.
Yeah, I hadn't realized that, and I found that very interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that. And the other one is, now I'm not really, there's lots of articles about this the last couple of weeks. And this is an app that allows you to seamlessly transfer data from Android to iPhone using Move to iOS app. And there's lots and lots of articles about this. This is, I don't ever do this, but I think if you did want to transfer data, this is, you might want to have a look at this if you want to transfer it from Android to your iPhone. Let's say this is an app you may want to look at. Have you guys read this article? You've seen it? Lots of news stuff on this. And so if you are looking, that maybe for those of you, if that's applicable.
Well,
How
a lot
about
of people.
the other way around? Is there an app?
I don't know. This is going from Android to iPhone using Move to iOS app.
Yeah, and the big thing is that a lot of people who have Android phones, and so many people they know have iPhones, they go ahead
Right.
and switch, and then they don't know how to get the information over.
Wow.
I go from my Android phone to my computer.
Yeah.
Oh, the reason I put this up, this was Samsung offers premium customer service to Galaxy Z Fold and Flip owners in Canada. Now, it's not, I didn't want the Canada, but I put this up there specifically because with the Pixel Fold phone, there's a lot of people that are complaining about problems with it, and and particularly if you have a problem, they're not getting the support they need with these issues that have just come out. And so I guess what is happening with Samsung now is they're saying for people like Ray who have the Flip or the Fold, that they're extending the warranty and offering premium service so that you feel that there's a good backup for you if you have problems. People going into this new technology probably feel a bit nervous, and they're not going to buy it if they think, gee, the screen is going to break or there's some problem and they can't get it fixed. So they're upping the level of service for people who have these devices. Ray, you haven't had any problem with yours, have you?
No, it works flawlessly.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you really enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Now I'm not going to go into this. Paul Thurrott writes great articles about. He's an excellent journalist, and this is he has the Pixel Fold, and he wrote this article about it. To summarize it, it's an interesting device, but it's expensive. This darn thing, $1,700. And at the end of the day, he liked it. He said lots of good things about it, but he said, holy mackerel, that's expensive, right? So
I got an email from Google yesterday advertising and offering the Pixel Fold.
Yeah.
And I said to my wife, I said, here's the next thing I want to get. And then I said, it's only $1,800.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ron, I think they're aimed at the corporate field. That this would be perfect for an officer, a salesman who's traveling.
Right.
Size of a phone opens up like a tablet.
Yep. I agree 100% with you. Bob's Small Town USA are another video.
We are now in Georgia. This is the first town in Georgia.
Bob, how many of these have you done now?
This is the 4th state. So I've done, this is, I think, number 41.
Wow.
No, number 31. I've completed 3 states. This is the first of state number 4.
All right.
10 per state.
All right. Coming up, AI to. All right. Bob, do you want to talk about this?
Is AI too smart, or are humans too stupid?
Now, do we really want to discuss this, Bob?
Well, I posed this question to AI.
Yeah.
And this is the reply that I got. And then I posed a second question after it gave me the answer to this one. So this is a compilation of 2 questions asked AI and its response.
All right.
And the only thing that's me in this thing is the fact that I entered the prompts. And in 2 places, I actually talk. The rest of this is all generated by AI.
Well,
Well,
Watch
you
the
know,
clock.
we're going to let's see. We gotta. Are there any more comments? Because it's almost.
Well, I'm trying to
We're
figure out where
almost
we
at
left
time.
off. Yeah. Yep. Let's
Yeah, you
see.
have more from the new person. I don't think she quite understands.
I
the
think that's a new.
concept.
That's another name.
No, Annabelle asked, "Can
Yeah,
you
but
see
that
me?"
wasn't the name we mentioned earlier.
Annabelle Sherry. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
that was the one that was on Facebook and
Yeah.
said, how do I get on?
Okay.
Right.
And you're on.
Dorothy says plug-in hybrids. Yeah. Can you see me? No, we can't see you. I got hearing aids. You should be able to hear us, but you can't, or you hear us and see us, but we can't hear or see you. It's
hear you.
you
But
have to put anything in the
And
chat.
on our Monday show.
Yep. On
Yeah.
Monday
if
is
you're on-
a Zoom meeting. So
right. John says, I love my Aftershock headphones. I also can't use the earbuds, so bone conductive headsets are my best thing.
Yep.
Indeed. Murray says, Murray made it. Good morning from sunny Victoria, BC. Hello, Murray.
He signed in at 53 minutes after we started.
Well, he'll get it on replay. Vale Williams, my old computer buddy from Arizona. I used a Windows app to move data from iOS to Mac. Worked great. He indeed is a Mac expert.
Where am I here? There we go.
Annabelle, that's me. Annabelle Shearing, that's me.
Yeah.
Hello. Dorothy says, I will speak to Annabelle. Oh, I guess maybe Dorothy knows her.
Must know her. Yep.
Thanks, Dorothy.
Good. Very good.
Well, I want to thank everyone for coming today. It's been a great show. Wow, it just went by so fast. Don't forget to save your pennies for Prime Day. But more important, you have to understand that the deals are occurring now every day. So if you are thinking about something you might want to buy, have a look at them and look at them as you're each day, because they're time sensitive. They just come on each day as a pre-Prime special. You do have to be a member of Prime to get the deals. I don't even know if they show them to non-Prime members. They probably don't even see them. So it's but remember, you can buy Prime for just a month. You don't have to buy it for the whole year. So have a look. We're going to talk about on Monday. I'm going to do a short video on how to get the best Prime deals. So everyone on the show will understand as well. John says, thanks, guys. Have a great weekend. We will
if
indeed.
you're not a Prime member and haven't been one, there's a trial. Sign up for the trial. You don't have to actually pay for it, right?
Right. Exactly. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for everyone for listening. We will see. Don't forget our Monday show, Zoom meeting, or you can watch it on our YouTube channel.
And don't forget the WinSig on Sunday.
And don't forget Huey's WinSig on Sunday. Lots happening. Otherwise, we'll be back same time, same place next week. Have a great week. Stay cool.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.